So Nathan,
So we, uh,
so I was reading an article the other day,
okay.
and it was talking about this little kid. He got lost in the woods, and he didn't know what to do.
All right.
And it's like the rangers that were looking for him, they said that they think he actually might have been trying to avoid the people that were looking for him.
Oh, you stupid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you've got this. So it's like you're. What did Mom tell us to do if we get lost in the supermarket? It's like we stay where we are, we don't go with strangers, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And she never said if you're lost in the supermarket, if you get lost. So I mean, it brings up the subject. It's like, where does the kid learn, I don't know, like wilderness survival skills?
Usually their parents.
Parents teach their children wilderness survival skills? Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
If they are going to be learning wilderness survival skills, they will most likely learn them from their parents or from some program they're enlisted in.
Yeah,
by their parents to
Fair
teach them wilderness survival skills.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. What if we made it part of public school?
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Okay, so hear me out. It's like, I'm not asking for us to have like wilderness survival 101.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's like your biology course maybe shows you it's like, hey, these are the edible plants in our area.
Well, that would just become another standard where they just blow over it as quickly as they could to get onto the other content.
That's very possible, but I mean, it's like, you remember when Dr. Byron assigned us those physics projects at the end of physics? And
yeah.
So it's like Darby approached me initially and said, do you want to do the science behind fire by friction? And I think Dr. Byron shot us down because it wasn't like something we could demonstrate in the classroom.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like that's something you could put into physics. You could show them the science behind doing fire by friction.
But how would that help them survive? Most of them wouldn't be able to make a fire by friction kit.
So you show them how to build a friction kit. You show them how to like get a spark pumped out, and
that sounds like a fun demonstration the cool teacher would do, but it doesn't sound like something practical to be like implemented via mandate.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, then make like I don't know, part of a home ec class, like learning basic knot tying. I know. No, what we do want to know though is like how to make a shelter for yourself out of wood and your shoelace.
Yes, but that would require it being a class.
Or part of a class. Like you get a unit devoted to like, here's some basic survival skills.
But like home ec classes are all like focused on a single issue, like carpentry.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
metal shop.
Well, okay, so then I don't know. Maybe you have an outdoorsman class then. But
yes,
I'm saying,
would it be required?
No, it would be. I'm thinking it should be, if you do have a course that is required. I mean, it's like I tell you, like at Heron, you're required to take Latin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that almost kind of makes you annoyed by it, like that you have to take Latin.
Those were my thoughts. That's what I was thinking. It'd be a bad idea to force you to take a wilderness survival.
So here's what I'm saying then: you don't force them to take a wilderness survival course. You
adapt it into the current curriculum.
No, so instead of negative reinforcement for not taking the course, you give them high amounts of positive reinforcement for taking the course.
Such as?
I don't know. Maybe it's worth, I don't know, give students some kind of an incentive. I mean, what would incentivize you to, it's like JCL. That gets you in the good.
Because I enjoy it.
Yeah, so you'll get the Boy Scout people that go to these wilderness survival courses because they're like, yes, this is some place where I can apply these skills that I love from scouting. And you've got
Mom?
people that are going to be taking it as an extra elective because they have to, but you give them some kind of an incentive to take it. Like, Something outside of school, maybe. I don't know.
But with the exception of pretty much health and PE, there are no like gunpoint electives that the state forces you to have in there.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it should be a gunpoint elective that the state requires you. I'm saying that school districts should recognize the importance of these skills, and they should try to implement them into the curriculum in some way. But I mean, as of now, it's like you and I, we're not going to see these sorts of skills implemented into our high school education, well, your high school education, by the time you graduate. Which is why I've got an annotated bibliography here,
Wow.
full of awesome places you can go to look up skills for wilderness survival. It's got a bunch of places you can learn if you want to look at it.
No way.
It's even got that article I was telling you about earlier.
Oh. All right. So what now?
Well, I mean, again, I don't know, because you and I, we're good old Boy Scouts. We enjoy the outdoors, and if you turn to the back of the annotated bibliography, very clever, you'll see there is a annotation there for the Alderleaf Wilderness College. And that's an example of a survival school. And it's like, you know what you've heard of survival schools, right?
No.
Really? So these are like basically you pay someone to take you out into the woods and teach you extreme scouting, basically. And so what Alderleaf does is they take that to the next level. They take you out into the woods for 6 months.
Wow.
And they teach you these skills. And by the time you come out, you are internationally recognized as a reliable source on the subject. You get an actual degree in wilderness survival from these 6 months.
Maybe we should replace a semester of school with that.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I know it's an idea. It's not an idea that I think the current system will adopt, but I definitely think that it's a touchy subject for certain.
It's not a touchy subject.
Well, okay, it's a subject that, like, I brought it up to you, and your immediate response was, "Wow, I don't know how I think about that."
But most people have opinions on touchy hot button.
Well, it's not a hot button topic though, because it's like I don't know. I may say it to a teacher, and they'll think, "I don't want to use my teaching time, teaching wilderness survival skills. I want to use it doing something productive with my class time, like teaching children logarithms." But yeah, I think that it's going to be something that, if it does gain the kind of momentum that I would like it to gain, then there is going to be opposition to it. I mean, of course there's going to be opposition to it. It's not one of those things where people immediately think, it's not something that people can unanimously agree on. It's going to be something that people will agree and disagree on. And so, yeah, I think as a whole, it's something to be discussed, and I'm glad I was able to have this discussion with you. So what are your thoughts on wilderness survival being taught in schools now? You've had this chance for me to campaign my side of it to you.
I don't think a viable solution, you've thrown around a lot of ideas, but you haven't presented an actual solution.
Well, yeah, I know, and right now what I'm trying to do is campaign for awareness of this idea.
Oh, well, I'm aware then.
Yeah, but yes, you are aware, what are your thoughts on the idea, then, of teaching wilderness survival to children in schools?
I think that the education system shouldn't be responsible for teaching kids everything they need to know, and there are some things that either the families should be responsible for teaching, or they should learn for themselves. I don't think it should be a part of like public education.
Okay, so you're more in favor of kind of going on the internet maybe and using some of these sources I showed you in the handy-dandy annotated bibliography, or going to survival schools like Alderleaf.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to have this discussion with you, Nathan.
So was I.
Yay!
Yeah.